What is up, guys? It is the Naughty Investor here. Thank you for tuning in to today's video. So tomorrow I'm going on an interview, and if I get this job, it will be a huge pay raise. So everyone cross your fingers I get this job, because if I do, that would mean a lot more investing in cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin, Ripple, in different ICOs, a lot more videos up on the channel if this happens. So cross your fingers. Now, on to today's video, and it's an interesting topic, a little bit of a grim topic. What happens to your Bitcoin and your cryptocurrency in general when you die? And this is a very interesting question because there's multiple answers. So where's this coming from, right? A young man died suddenly in Colorado this year, leaving his family the burden of sorting out his estate, which in estate is like all your assets. Little did they know their loved one had been investing in Bitcoin. For those of you who are new to the channel and don't understand much about cryptos, or just, I'm going to explain real quick, Bitcoins are stored in a virtual wallet. Each wallet uses a string of random characters called a public key, which is a key that's visible to anyone. And your public key is an address for sending and receiving the cryptocurrency. A separate key, the private key, allows the owner to access the wallet's content, right? So you could have a public key, but you won't be able to get to someone's Bitcoin unless you have a private key. And unless you're leaving, a lot of people don't want to tell their family members that they're investing because they don't want people to know how much they're worth. That's always a good idea. Never tell someone your net worth. You never know what people are thinking. People, even family members, could be quite twisted. But I think, here's the thing. Even if you were to leave it in a will, you have to leave the private key, and that subjects your Bitcoin to taxes, which is the big problem. You want to avoid taxes. Our government is an authoritarian regime, and it's going to want to collect its quote-unquote fair share, which, there really is no fair share. Your money is your money, but, their fair share. And basically, your family is going to, get subjected to a great deal of taxes and regulations on the Bitcoin that they inherit if you do it through a will, right? And also through a will, you're going to have to leave the private key somewhere, and you don't know if someone's, in the law offices with the lawyers, and someone looks at it and they get a little bit greedy. You don't know what's going to happen. So my theory is, what I want to see happen is some brilliant entrepreneur, some brilliant computer programmer, which, yeah, I know a little bit about programming, but I'm not an expert in it, comes around and develops a blockchain-based service that goes something like, when there's a public record for your death, your Bitcoin is given to, is distributed. You set it ahead of time, how much, who's getting who, which niece, which nephew, which son, which daughter is getting how much. And when there's let's say multiple public records, because there are, mistakes, when there are multiple public records of your death on multiple different, databases, it distributes your Bitcoin to them. And I think, you would have to have a lot of security involved, because there are mistakes made with public deaths all the time. People with same names and shit, you have to be very careful. But that would be the only way I could think of a safe way to put away, to have your Bitcoin in a, quote unquote will, without subjecting it to taxes and without subjecting it to risk of some crooked lawyer looking at it and, stealing it, and there's no trace of it. And if you're going to do a will, you are risking a lot, because the taxes, in the fact that, someone has to see the public key, right? So I believe an entrepreneur should come around and develop a service for someone to do that, to have a privatized will on the blockchain, through a ledger that distributes the Bitcoin. I think this is a great idea, because you'll avoid all the hassle of going through the government. There's also the question of, is government going to ban Bitcoin? And, I'm in the United States. We know China just temporarily banned Bitcoin. You have to watch out for that. Governments know cryptocurrencies threaten their power, and therefore they are going to try, everything to stop it. Right? So you have to be careful, guys. If you own Bitcoin, you have to be very careful. I own Bitcoin, of course, and I don't have a will yet. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm not an older person. You know, I'm in my 20s, so I'm fairly young, but you never know when death is gonna strike, and you want to make sure that, you know, if death does strike you, your family is left with something. And that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, subscribe. What is your idea? What should someone do if they have cryptocurrency and they're older and they're gonna die? Not that they're gonna die, but that they're, you know, there's that risk involved of them. A higher risk, I should say. Everyone has a risk of dying. A higher risk involved of them passing away. What should they do? Anyone have any ideas? If you do, drop them below. Have a great day. Hit that like button, slap the subscribe button, and share this video with your friends. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.